welcome to Hungry Bites, a super short rundown on the advertising industry aimed at helping the next gen of professionals get into and make a mark on ad land. Now, Nick.
Yes, Imi.
Charlotte, I know that's you.
No, because when I'm wearing this hat, I'm Nick, except less sick than Nick. Today we'll be talking about international advertising, how it's different from Australian ads, and what we can learn from them.
Now, whilst I was travelling Europe during mid-sem, I came across a couple of ads that I think for Australians would be surprised to see here. So here's one for the Church of Scientology.
Okay.
So it's over there. So, Charlotte, what do you think of this?
I think it's hilarious, for starters. I love that with like a Scientology ad, it's like, no, like we're gonna give this person a name and we're gonna give them like a career. Like they're just like you and me, they're just Scientologists. Like you could be a Scientologist, you don't have to change who you are. Like
I think it was funny because they were absolutely everywhere on the Central and Elizabeth line, and every single different stop we got off, there'd be a different character. And it was like they tried to like personify all of these Scientology members, and it's not a mystical secret.
No, it's something that you can be a part of. Did you get to know the characters? Did you feel a bit at home with them?
I did make a bit of a joke. Like I remember going back to my boyfriend and being like, well, what's this? Oh, Jim says we should be curious. Oh, what do you think Jim's up to right now?
That's the thing, it invites you. It says, oh, like curious?
Yeah, and I suppose Scientology is that one thing that everyone's a bit curious about.
Everyone's a bit curious about, so they're kind of playing on that. But I was in London recently. I didn't see one Scientology church. Did you happen to see any?
Nah, I think they need to establish themselves a bit more. Maybe that's why they're doing the ad campaign.
They're doing all the ads for that.
So in a totally different vein, here is another one that I saw in Copenhagen for a Danish department store. And I loved this one because if you look really, really closely, it's actually like a terry cloth textile material.
That's awesome.
And it was spotless. Like it was so clean and it looked so pristine and lovely. Do you think you'd see this in Melbourne?
I don't. I think it is one of those ads that is very true to its location, if that makes sense. I feel like you don't see installations like that in Melbourne because they get ripped up. Someone might pee on it, chuck a drink at it.
Right, like I was just like, whoa, this is so clean. I have never seen something look this clean, and it was like fabric. It was crazy.
It reminds me of, I don't know if you've seen the Crayola installation ad, where they had the crayon box falling over off a building and the crayons kind of falling out of it. Yeah, and it's interactive. And I think those interactive ads play a really important role in inviting the viewer to be a part of the experience, a part of the campaign. And I think that way you're really targeting the audience in a way where they feel like they're one with the brand. They're already aligning to the brand. And I think that's a really smart way to advertise a product.
I really loved it. Wow. I think, what's it called? So we've got some interesting info on this week's Scamp, but first some context. Here's a clip from Charlotte on one of her international reports on her overseas travels.
Yay.
Hi, so I'm currently conducting my street interviews in London while I'm away. And who am I here with today?
Hi, I'm Lucy, I'm from Scotland and I'm currently living in London.
I thought I would show Lucy two ads today and I wanted to see which one resonated with her more. They're both Coca-Cola ads, but they're targeted to different cultural groups.
Okay.
Which one of these two ads, which one would you say resonates with you more?
I definitely think the first one is more lingo that I'm familiar with. The second one I like, but it's not often that I'm on a beach with a surfboard having a Coke. That's more like, that'd be selling me a holiday than a Hogan. I've never heard that word.
You've never heard that word, okay.
So, while that was a really good way to look at how international ads differ from country to country, maybe what they're targeting in their audience might be different. Also, maybe how they're targeting things with their art direction might be different just based on the country itself. I found that was a really interesting way talking to Lucy to see that she doesn't really understand as much about our Australian advertising as we do being part of the culture.
Totally.
So I thought it'd be really fun to play a game. So Imi, we are joined now by Sophie, who is our social media girly and also our PR girly. So we've invited her today to play one of our games with us. So I'm going to give you 5 ads. They are all McDonald's ads.
Okay.
And I basically want you to pair the country to the ad. So here are the ads.
Okay, here we go. Let's have a look. I'll swap you. I do like Macca's.
And here is a pen.
Oh, we have a pen.
The countries. So you have France,
Yes.
Italy,
Okay.
Australia,
Yeah.
Japan, China.
Okay.
And I want you to talk me through why you're pairing which country to which ad. Is it something to do with the art direction? Is it cultural values maybe behind the ad? What is leading you to your answer?
Okay.
Right off the bat, A to me looks Australian.
Same. I was just thinking that. Like it has sort of, there's something about the inflatable pool thing.
Toys, and then enjoy our summer is very, I don't know.
Like obviously that could apply to anywhere in the world.
Any country that has summer, but I think
any country that has Australian. But it's like, it looks Australian to me.
It does.
I don't know, I just assume that's Australian.
Yeah, I totally agree.
What do we think for the green one for
That's
B?
got to be France. It's the mustard.
I love how you said that.
It's just like, it's got to be France, right? Like it's got this like, I don't know. I feel like that guy just looks so French.
Yeah,
but
he
also
looks mysterious.
there's something about someone like is it the Three Musketeers? Like he's dressed up like in some sort of character.
And also vegetable fries is not really like inherently an Australian.
Yeah, I think that would probably. I would imagine that'd be France.
Yeah.
Right? Okay. Looking at C. I can see some like lanterns in the background.
Yeah.
So I would assume that one means that it's probably Chinese.
Yeah, and
I would
also,
say.
even though it's the colours,
Yeah.
the red and yellow as well.
Yeah. Everyone
yeah.
dressed in red.
Yeah.
I mean, I know that Macca's colours
is
are red,
but these ones here don't have any red, really.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. I think this one
is that E?
E is probably
Japan. Yeah.
I think it's quite bold.
I mean, it's a bit crazy.
It is
like,
a bit crazy.
What is the guy? I mean, I know what he's doing, but like,
Yeah, no, definitely. And I think it's bold and it's unassuming.
I'm curious. I'm like, what's going on? Okay, and then D.
I've got all the answers.
Yeah, I'm like, you've got all the answers.
Taking the hat off to be serious.
Need the cheat sheet.
So D is kind of throwing me, to be honest. Like I don't know what that front one is supposed to be.
The back says cheeseburger.
You've just got this like cheeky face.
A cheeky grin on.
Cheeseburger feels so Australian to me. Like that feels so Australian, but then it's like, and also the background looks Australian, but then the flags in the back are throwing me.
That's what I thought, and also the front one is throwing me off. What does that say?
Okay.
Like that is kind of maybe perhaps.
What do we want to lock in?
Italy.
So we'll lock in C for China.
Yeah.
And then E for Japan.
D, I would say Italy.
Okay, yeah, I'll go with you.
And then A, Australia.
I still think there's a chance it could be Australia, but I'll go with you.
All right.
And then what are we doing for A and B? A is Australia, B
France.
Okay.
Okay, are you locking in that as your answers? Yeah. Okay, drum roll. Okay, so getting the ads back up on our screen, I'll talk you through our answers here. Okay. So A is Italian.
What? Really?
Yes.
Wait.
B is going to be France.
That's crazy.
C is China.
Okay. Yeah.
D is Australia.
Yeah.
And E is Japan.
What was D supposed to be? Because I don't understand.
So I can read this because I speak Bogan, growing up in the country myself. So KWORDA, I read that fluently as quarter pounder. Oh. Or you got in the background cheeseburger.
Yeah, see, I got that.
So cheeseburger,
Cheeseburger.
Yeah, okay, that makes sense.
Just imagine how you'd pronounce it after a long night out. Few bevies.
Cheeseburger.
And then, B, you were spot on with that kind of tying in with that bright kind of almost artistic colour choices, very France. A is tying into that kind of Italian summer theme, but I think it's interesting to talk about here.
I'm sure.
I think it's interesting to talk about how though international ads do target specific target audiences, there's always going to be some overlays with where they're targeted because we're all human at the end of the day and absorb the same media.
Yes.
And summer is summer.
Yeah. We only have summer.
We only have summer. C, you were spot on, that is China, and E is Japan. And I think that E with Japan, they've really tied into that whole over-the-top kind of characterization. I think in Japan it's all bright, very strong characterization. You see it with their comics, their K-pop. So that was the breakdown of our ads. Thank you for playing. I'm going to put my hat back on now because I'm Nick again. Thank you so much for joining us on set, Sophie.
Thanks for having me, guys.
Yeah.
Bye. Bye.
Well, thank you, Charlotte, for gate crashing our segment. That was very good fun. So we've officially run out of time for tonight. So thank you, everybody, for joining us. So for RMIT students, this week's quick brief is to choose an iconic Australian brand and then make an ad for an international market of your choice. So have a look at this Westfield ad that I spotted in Paris. And then here's sort of a bit of a fabulous recreation of it. I think that you've got my recreation. Hold it up.
Oh, I've got image recreation right here. I stole it. It was that good I stole it.
She stole my recreation. That is so rude.
I know.
Here's my beautiful recreation of it. I think it really fits the brief. I'm not sure this one's winning any awards, but just a reminder to students at home, the winner of the RMIT Scamp Champ competition will have their work displayed to industry, so get on with it.
Submit your social media scamp to quickbrief@hungrytalks.com.au. It also features on the honour wall in our ad lab.
So we aren't done yet. So if you fancy a 3-month paid internship or grad job in Paris, L'Oreal wants teams of 3 to develop a tech idea for one of their brands with the full case revealed in November.
The competition is accredited as a global online course, plus you have the opportunity of being mentioned by senior experts in L'Oreal.
So join the upcoming Brandstorm information session and hear directly from L'Oreal Talent and Development Lead. So the link to register will be in the description below. Thank you again for tuning in and see you this time next week to hear about gender in advertising.
Woo! Woohoo!